They've won Tonys and Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. There's no red carpet because they're home in their jammies. From Melrose Place to Broadway to Janeway and her crew. Let Seth and James bring all the stars to you.
Anywho,
they're entertaining everyone, so who's gonna grouse? Just sit right back and you'll hear some tales on Stars in the House.
Hello, everyone. I'm James Wesley.
I'm Seth Rudetsky, and this is the first time we're doing Stars in the House from our new locale.
Which is in the same house.
Yeah.
It's just,
But look, we have the couch in back of us and
one,
the dog
2, 3.
reveal.
Oh, but see, this, Mandy's doing what Seth, hold on. I think I can do this here, Seth.
What?
Widen it a little bit. This is what Mandy does.
Well, it's not quite her full
Well,
nail
it's
biting.
a little bit with the nails.
She's a very allergic dog and OCD.
Yeah.
Honey.
So now you'll see, usually Seth does this because Mandy's itching and scratching and licking.
She's usually underneath us, so I have to bend down to stop her. So now I'll be turning around to stop her.
So now you see Seth's back instead of the back of his head.
Okay, people that don't know what Stars in the House is,
Yes.
let's tell you. So when everything shut down in March, James and I started this live stream to help raise money for the Actors Fund, which we always say is a misnomer. The Actors Fund is for anybody in the beeswax. So actor, singer, dancer, performer, behind the scenes, stage manager, wig person, anybody in front of the camera, behind the camera, no matter what you do in the arts, if you make money at it, if you're a professional across the country, you can get help. What's the Actors Fund place to go get help? What's their website?
Actorsfund.org, Seth.
And if you need help, and
That's
they'll help you pay for your groceries, health insurance, medical bills. A lot of people, by the way, super successful have gone to the Actors Fund. It doesn't mean like, oh, I guess I'm not successful. Like that's the business. It goes up and down. So you can go to actorsfund.org to get help. If you can give some help,
that's right.
Bobby, here's the website. If you can give some help, please go to startsinthehouse.com.
That's right.
And make a donation. Forward it to donations. What's the other thing you always say that was
text Fund 2020 to 56512.
Yes, you can text. And then you're going to get a receipt. Forward that receipt to donations at startsinthehouse.com. And then we will send it to one of the people here tonight, and they will do it a la CAT. So that means yak hair, hip dysplasia, tendinitis, and they'll read your name. James, anything up? I have one thing I want to talk about.
Well, there's a couple of things. One, we are up to raise
for the
Actors
busted.
Fund.
I was bragging. What? Christine Petty. I'm like, Christine, we already raised $350,000 for the Actors Fund. And she was like,
350?
Yeah, she's like, you have? And I realized I reversed the numbers. So what did we actually raise?
$535,785.
I forgot.
There you go.
So 535. Brava. That's from just literally donations from, we don't have any corporate sponsors, just people giving 5, 10, 20, whatever bucks you can. And all of it helps and it all adds up.
That's right. I want to say, I don't know what you're going to say, but I know what I want to say. What?
Welcome back, James. We missed you. He missed one show. And I was hosting, I think, very well by myself.
Well,
rude.
Thank you very much. I was actually,
It's so funny. It's like a whole new season of Stars in the House, the new location. I love it. Welcome to season 2.
That's funny. Did you tell people why I was gone?
No, I did not. I was trying to be respectful.
Oh, well, I was gone because my mom.
You guys tell? Look how young he looks.
No, no, my mom had hip replacement surgery, which she had found out that she needed it literally right before everything shut down. And, she was like a lot of people scared to get an elective surgery done, meaning she really needed it, but she didn't have to get it. And shout out to Hospital for Special Surgery. They were great, all the protocols in place. But because it was like she had to be at the hospital at 5:30 in the morning, I'm like, we're going to just stay at a hotel near the, near the hospital. So that's what I did, and I could not be here.
And by the way, staying at a hotel near the hospital meant having a 3-hour dinner with Rosie Perez.
Oh, you were going to say that?
Yes, he actually was hanging out with Rosie Perez. Like,
I made sure that
in the house.
I made sure that Mom was set.
Right, so she was asleep. You were available the entire time during Stars in the House. And
Seth did call me, and I'm like, well, I'm with Rosie right now. It's like, it's okay. She lives in Brooklyn, of course, and she's got an amazing backyard. And the weather was nice. It was gonna take advantage, Seth.
By the way, Dan, I like that Dan is backpedaling. I said you did an awesome job flying solo, and I love hearing the banter.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
I'll just say one thing quickly.
Okay, because I was going to say one thing before I forget, though, because I saw this, and then you take it away. So today, our press release went out with more information about our vote-a-thon on November 3rd, on the end of the election, which I love, which is correct. I don't know why I'm doing that, because that is correct. That is the end of the election, because as we know, over 50 million people have already voted, which is amazing.
And New York begins tomorrow.
Yeah, New York finally begins. I think we're literally like one of like 3 states that have not yet been able to vote. I don't know what the deal is, but people have already started sending in their selfies.
Oh, I was wondering about
Yes, I've checked. So vote at starsinthehouse.com, and we will put your picture up and your voting story up that day. But we already have so many people that have said yes. I literally just started asking people. Yes, go ahead, Seth.
So we want pictures of listeners and viewers that have already voted or on that actual day with your little I voted button, and we'll show them. However, so many people that are going to like basically be guests with us that entire day have said yes. So many celebrities.
Yeah, like I know Judy Kuhn.
She's like, "What do you want me to sing?" We're like, "Excellent."
Nika Larson, Perry Gilpin, Dana Delaney, Marsha Cross, Bellamy Young from one of our favorite TV shows, Scandal. Jeremy Jordan just said yes. Cheetah just said yes. I didn't tell you that. So Cheetah and Lisa Mordente. Speaking of dance, they're going to join us, and the list goes on and on and on. We're just going to keep asking
9 a.m.
people.
to 7
I mean, it's going to be literally 10 hours. It's anything so that we don't go crazy that day, and it's really to help people maybe have an escape from watching nonstop election coverage. Well, the returns won't even happen yet. That's what I mean. That's like, it's like, why sit around worried?
It'll be a positive day.
It'll be a very positive day. And we're going to have people working the polls. There are a lot of Broadway people that are working the polls this year.
Two of the stars of Jagged Little Pill are going to be checking in with us.
Lauren Patton and Elizabeth Stanley. Celia Keenan-Bolger is going to be doing it. And
Erica Henningsen from Mean Girls. Todd Bonapane from Cinderella. So many, they're actually all working.
It's great.
Our friend, when we started doing the Rosie O'Donnell cruise, our friend Kelly, who ran it, she started doing it, and then she just found out she has to be there literally 5:30 in the morning. She may be quitting, but regardless.
And 2 of our producers, Blake Ross and Aaron Hartley. So we've got a lot of people.
It'll be a fun all day event.
It's going to be great. So that is November 3rd.
I want to do the show from the Peloton, so I don't have to give up working out that day. Is that crazy?
Yeah, Seth has said he basically is not going to be doing the show from like 9 until 11.
But wait, if I have the laptop in front of the Peloton, then I can do it.
So distracting, Seth.
By the way, when I worked in the Rosie O'Donnell show as a comedy writer, we actually had a bike off to the side for the Chubb Club. And we actually did segments from it. So right back at you. And used to love that show. So hush.
Okay.
Anyway, the final thing I'm going to say is just related to Cats. We have the cast of Cats here. I didn't even tell you this. It's not that interesting, but it's just, I'm sort of mortified. So basically on Twitter now, have you guys seen that you can't retweet anything without commenting?
By the way, thank goodness, because we know why that rule was put in place.
Bye-bye. So I of course I followed Bide-A-Wee and the Humane Society, all these animal rescue places. So they were, the Humane Society or Bide-A-Wee had this really beautiful black cat named Midnight that was up for adoption. And James and I found out years ago when we adopted 2 of our cats, Penny and Romeo, that black cats are actually the last ones to be adopted because people are like, they're bad luck. It's so stupid. So we adopted a black cat. So instead of just retweeting it to be like adopt Midnight, I had to say something. So I said, we adopted a black cat because they're the last ones to be adopted. Look at beautiful Midnight. And it said Midnight's up for adoption. But for whatever reason, the way people read it, they're like, oh my God, Seth, congratulations on adopting Midnight. You're adding Midnight to the menagerie. What a beautiful cat you have now. So, and like Betty Buckley was like, thumbs up, like these people. So then I'm like, poor Midnight's not going to get adopted because you're going to go like, I guess she was adopted already. So I literally had to delete my tweet. I felt like 20 thumbs up. So we have a black cat, Romeo. He's like 8 years old. So hush.
Okay, Seth, you got to stop with the banging of this. Yeah. This is the man who has worked at SiriusXM for years and years and years.
Can you hear this? Thank you. Hold on. So JoAnn
Hunter.
So JoAnn, when I tell a story, I go like this. Hi, JoAnn. I go like this. Can you hear that?
What? What am I hearing?
I'm asking you about sound. You sound crazy. Take care. Hudson, what the hell is going on with her sound?
Hudson, help JoAnn Hunter.
Holy shit. Okay, so here we are. So this is something I don't even fully understand. I know that.
Well, we can read it.
Well, I was going to say, I know that after this, you all need to go to the Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS YouTube channel and watch what this is all about. So this is basically a precursor to what you're going to watch tonight. But these are basically, we call them elder dance. These are dancers from the 1983. That's right.
Oh my gosh. These people. everyone's basically walked off the show. At this
I got
point.
it from Tim Albrecht.
Okay,
You could be as
Randy,
angry as you want.
JoAnn, I did not say
The
that.
outrage. She just walked
She
away.
left. She's gone.
Randy's laughing.
Matt
Matt is just sort of not really commenting.
Okay.
Tim Albrecht called it elder dance, and if the arch point shoe fits, point it. Go.
Nearly 35 years after their first performance.
Nearly 35 years.
That is a long time. As I'm reading it, nearly 35 years after their first performance, the touring cast of Cats National 3 has reunited for a very special virtual theatrical event with Love Now and Forever, Cats for COVID Relief, a fundraiser for the Broadway Cares COVID-19 Emergency Assistance Fund, which does support the Actors Fund. And this special is premiering right now, but you can watch it right after Stars in the House, and it's going to be available through October 27th. Seth.
And the big deal is this company was one of the first fundraisers ever for Broadway Cares. So that's what's like sort of a big, what goes around comes around. So we're going to be talking to all of these young, vibrant dancers. Now JoAnn's happy. Girl. All right. So let me welcome, first of all, let me welcome the man who spearheaded everything.
Yes.
Randy Slovacek. Hi, Randy.
Hey, how are you guys? Thank you for having
Randy.
me.
Are you in Las
today.
Vegas, Randy?
I am in Las Vegas. I am.
So
And we
please
finally
tell
have
everybody.
fall.
What'd you say?
We finally have fall.
Oh, yeah, we do too. It's extended though because it's so hot. Please tell everybody your role in Cats and what years.
I was the magical Mr. Mistopheles for the entire 2-year tour of Cats National 3 in my black stretch velvet sequined outfit.
And if people don't know, that's the actual dance role. There's this sort of like any dot, the character track, and then there's the actual I have to dance track. So, Randy. Okay, let me bring on another one of my actually favorite dancers, by the way, Mr. Matthew, and also favorite riffers, Matthew Zarley. Hi, Matt.
I'm mad.
So, Maddie, you did Cats after we worked together. We'll talk about that after. But what was your quote unquote track when you did Cats?
No, I did Cats before we worked together.
But this is the 93 tour. We worked together in 91.
No, this
86.
was 86.
Oh, this is the 86? Okay, and you had the nerve to be angry about elder dancers? Move on. All right, so Matt, who did you play, dear?
I was Pouncible, and I was the Mistopheles understudy and the Mungo Jerry understudy.
Wait a minute.
I
What
had like
year
the
is
hardest gig in the show.
Is this 1986?
86, yeah. I was 17.
So you were like, I was going to say you were like 17 years old. Oh my God, it's so talented. Okay, and now JoAnn Hunter is coming on. JoAnn, please say your sound is better. 1, 2, 3, go. Hello? And cut.
You look beautiful, but the sound is horrible.
JoAnn, read the private chat. Hudson just wrote to you. He said, try re-entering the studio and stay close to your computer. So we're kicking you out. Re-enter the studio. We don't know what the hell happened. That was JoAnn Hunter. You know, JoAnn's gotten so famous now with choreographing School of Rock. She's much more hoity-toity. And now, please welcome one more kitty cat and high soprano, Christine Toy Johnson. Hi, Christine.
Hi. How are you?
I'm great. Who were
Great to
you
see
in who were you in the Kitty Cats?
I played Syllabub, who I always describe as the kitten who sang Memory with Grisabella.
Right. Sometimes she sounds like Meg in Phantom of the Opera, if you get my drift. Sometimes it's like horrific, straight tone. You were actually the good version, I'm sure.
Well, I hope so. But, yeah.
So by the way, so for James to know, I'm connected with all of you guys. So I know Randy because Randy did the first big show I ever did in New York, which was Pageant. Randy, you were the understudy for all 6 beauty queens, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
I know
right.
that well.
How often have you heard this? Yes, it was. We've had fun.
And Miss Texas, what was her she had lipstick. It was for babies, right?
Lip smack.
Lip smack for women
Lip
under
smack,
the age of
right.
3.
I went on mainly for Miss Deep South, Lorinda Summerford, and Press Powder, Powder Puff, and Powerful Vacuum, all in one glamorous compact. Puffing back.
What was her major? Oh, she was majoring in acting and cancer research. And Matt Zarley, I know Matt from Backstage at a Chorus Line when I was learning how to sub, Jack LaLanne, and then we did the European tour of a chorus line together, and that's where all the riffs began to happen. Yes, Queen. And I know Christine because we did really just a reading of Mikado Inc. when you were the lead.
That's right, at Paper Mill. And but you didn't go on with us to do all of the various incarnations, I guess.
No, I just did. You know, I didn't even do Paper Mill. I did. It was like namped. It was like a 1 week something.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So that probably was actually after we had already done it at Paper Mill, because we developed it through like a year-long period at Paper Mill.
It was so good. It was like basically Mikado if it took place at a big conglomerate, like a big office building. It was so creative. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Right. It was really fun. It was very fun.
So anyway, I've known these clowns for a million years. All right, so Randy.
Well, hold on. JoAnn's back. Let's see how the sound is.
I don't know if I trust this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. JoAnn, how do you sound? Go. Hello.
Am I better?
Yes.
Yay!
Sorry,
So
I don't know
JoAnn,
what happened.
Who are you in Cats, dear?
I was Victoria, the white cat, the pure cat.
The other big dance track, the dance track.
Oh.
And I know JoAnn, by the way, because not only did she choreograph Disaster, our Broadway show, but I know from years before when she was dance captain and I was rehearsal pianist for How to Succeed, 1995.
That's right. That's right. Where we would sing show tunes in rehearsal as opposed to rehearse.
We'd take a break and do a medley.
Oh,
you, me, and John Stamos.
Yes.
Right? Was it?
And what was it? New World Stages.
Is that where we were rehearsing?
Yeah, 47.
Oh,
Right. No, not New World Stages. What was it? New Dance Group.
New dance group. And I couldn't remember, but I remember we rehearsed and John was like on point, and then we're like, okay. And then I remember doing this over the upright, and you started playing, and then we just literally sang through the entire score of Grease.
It was a piano bar, and we got paid. All right, so Randy Savacek,
That sounds awesome.
it was really fun. So why should people be going to the Broadway Cares channel tonight? What the hell are they going to see when they go over there?
JoAnn.
That's
You
for
ready?
Randy.
You ready?
No, you're ready.
It's me. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't hear Randy. Sorry. So what we've done years ago in 1987, at the peak of, as we were approaching the peak of the AIDS epidemic, we were out on tour playing Atlanta and Memphis and St. Louis and Louisville, and people that we knew were passing, and Michael Bennett passed. And we suddenly decided as a company of 20-somethings that we wanted to do something. And so we decided we were going to do this tribute to Michael Bennett, and we would rehearse in the afternoons, but we would do Cats at night, and then we'd go back to the Hilton or the Hyatt or the Wyndham, whatever, and we'd sneak into ballrooms and meeting rooms and like practice these things. Anyway, fast forward, we do the event on September 21st, 1987 at the Uptown Theater in Kansas City, and we're just hoping people will show up. We raised over $36,000 in one night, and I went into a calculator for inflation the other day, and that equates into over $82,000 in one night in today dollars.
Okay, wait. I have two things
Wow.
to say. That's so much money. First of all, B, this was like way before everyone was like, hey, let's put on a benefit. Like this was way ahead of its time.
Was this the first
This was
one?
2 years. This was 2 years. I believe 2 years before Broadway Cares Equity Fight States even was born.
Right.
Well, yeah,
born.
because the
We
first
did this.
Gypsy of the Year was in '89. So
That's correct.
So hold on. Who actually said, let's put on a show and charge money as a benefit?
Wow.
All of us.
Yeah,
All
I
of
think
it.
it was a collaborative because Michael Bennett passed away, and then a month and a half later, T. Michael Reed, who put together all of the Cats, Gillian Lynn's right hand person, right? He died, and that personally for me, it killed me. I mean, and so it struck so close to home, and we had a couple of company members who were quite ill. So it was very, very close to us. And when we didn't really even know what it was, really,
right.
and no one talked about it, except for us theater people and, oh, God forbid, it's taboo. Yeah. So it was just something I think as a unit, we just got together and we said, well, you do that. And they're like, JoAnn, do you know the opening to Chorus Line? And I was like, yeah, I auditioned for it. And I was like, so I'll talk. Yeah. So it's that's how it kind of was, just through, love and sadness and the need to do something.
Wow. So I have a question. I mean, what was the city again? The first one that you did it in? Kansas City? So how did the audience, I mean, this is before social media. So like, did you put flyers in the program or like, how did they know about it?
The Good Samaritan Project was the new, because back then everything AIDS related was new, was the AIDS related local charity. And we reached out ahead and they said, we'll find you a theater. So they found us the Uptown Theater. We like walked into it. It was a real theater, separate from our own. And somehow they got the word out, and I'll make this a 10-second story. I remember it being half hour before the benefit. And I looked out and no one was in the house. And I was like, all this time on this. And 20 minutes later, they had to hold the curtain because there was a line around the block.
Oh,
and we sold out. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Kansas City was beautiful.
And how many shows over the course of the tour did you do? Like, did you do it literally in every single city, or how did that work?
No.
Christine?
No, I don't. I think we actually only did 2, right? One in Washington, D.C. with Lily Tomlin.
Whoa.
She helped us. And yeah, so.
We did like cabarets and stuff.
I'm sorry, I don't really remember, but I don't think it's more than 2. Oh, yeah. But not as big a production kind of thing.
But you still did show. I mean, the point is you did fundraisers on a regular basis outside of your actual job.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Once we started, it became like we had people in the company who would call ahead to the next city and say, can we go to this cabaret? Can we go to that one? Can we do this? And when we got to Washington, D.C., we were playing the National for 3 months, and someone reached out there, and that turned into a big one again. But yeah, once we started with the Michael Bennett tribute, it just kept going. Like, as you know, once you start doing these events and you want to help people, it just, we're doing another one. Yep.
But isn't it funny how, like, I can't even imagine contacting a theater without going to their website? It's like, what did you open a phone book? Like,
how did you find out about the theater in the next? Did you ask the company manager at the next theater, or how did you do that?
I was born in 1995, so I don't even remember before.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. That's it.
So weird. So hold on. I have some clips. This is an upcoming. This is what's coming tonight. This is your basically promo. So everyone should go. Like we said, it's on YouTube. It's the Broadway Cares channel. It's only on for a couple of days.
That's right, until October 27th.
So basically, watch it, and also, by the way, share it. Here's a little upcoming clip.
If you touch me, you'll understand what happiness is. Look, a new day has begun.
Final riff, courtesy Matt Zarley. Thank you. Just saying. So, Matt Zarley, I want to talk for a second about doing Cats. Was it like a dream come true? You must have had to leave high school to do it, right?
I graduated that year. It was the summer after I graduated. I went to an open call. I went to a cattle call. It was like 800 people at the Methodist Church on Highland in Franklin, and
Los Angeles. Yeah,
I know that well.
Yeah, it was. I was, I'm sort of like reliving it this past week, and it was unbelievable. It was like a dream. The whole experience for me.
You were not equity. You were not union yet.
I was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then what was it like for the other people in the cast that were maybe a few years older? Were you guys like, who's this young clunk, Mark from Chorus Line style? Like, Randy, what was your reaction having Matt in the cast?
Well, I will tell you. So I was 22 when I was hired, and JoAnn is younger than me. So we were some of the Chris. We were the youngest ones at the time, and it was funny. But I will tell you, dancing, especially with Matt and JoAnn, they took a week. This is back in the day, a week to teach us the Jellicle Ball, the 8-minute dance number. And the first time we ran it from top to bottom, well, first of all, it almost killed us. And then second, JoAnn was the only one, precursor to a career, the only one to remember the entire thing without skipping a beat. But yeah, no, it was intimidating to be with all these amazing, amazing dancers. And I was in Stretch Velvet, so.
Well, I was gonna say, Christine Toy Johnson, like how much dancing? I don't even know what your track is because I never done a dance show with you. How much dancing did you have to do?
I did it all. And I have the sore back to prove it. Yeah. So yeah, I started as a dancer actually, and always, I don't know, it was a dream to do that show too. I actually remember going to the open call with Ruth Gottschall. We went to the open call together, and she got typed out, which is like, why? And I got typed in, and then, you know, we went on, and I was listening to Matt, your story the other day when you recorded about how Andy Zerman called you on the phone. And I totally remember that too, how Andy Zerman called me and I was just shocked. And then the salary too at that time was like, what? We're going to make $950 a week or something like that. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was national tour money. And by the way, Christine, you've been spotted. Diane from Come From Away.
Yes, that's right. I'm on extended, very extended, very, very extended intermission from the first national tour of Come From Away.
Yeah, well, you're famous across the country. So Matt Zarley and I did this chorus line tour in Europe, and we started in Germany, and then we went to Den Haag, Amsterdam,
Paris.
I don't know if you recall, but you know, I did the entire chorus line combination in front of the Eiffel Tower. That's me. Still got it.
Oh my God.
He was almost arrested.
Bravo.
That was such a fun tour. So it was we're talking, by the way, Matt, this is a great clip because this is the clip of you with one of my old friends who was on Stars in the House a couple months ago when we did a Carnegie Mellon salute. I found this clip of you and Ty. And I know that you guys probably met doing Joseph together. Is that how you guys know each other? You and Ty Taylor?
Joseph understudies, he and I.
Oh, so listen how great this is. I love this version.
Close every door to me. Keep those I love from me. Children of Israel are never alone. For we know we shall find our own peace of mind, for we have been promised a land of our own.
I love the look at the end.
So much sassafras. So guys, talk about this tour. I've got to hear like stories about, did anyone's yak hair ever fall off? Did anyone break a fibula? Let me hear.
My tail fell off.
Why?
It was a rope. It was tied like, you know, by a rope, and it just, I don't know, yeah, exactly.
Randy has one hanging around the house.
Randy has one?
I have my rehearsal tail.
Wait, like rehearsal skirt? JoAnn, is that your show jacket?
Oh my God. Remember those?
I found it in storage.
Wow.
I'm loving it.
I love that jacket.
I still have
I had the wool version and the cotton version because, you know.
I have a denim version too.
Oh,
I have
my
European
robe.
tour one.
You're the robe, yeah.
I have clips from the original time you did. Actually, no, before I do it, we have donations. Hold on.
Oh, great.
Let me send some. Oh, this is so nice. Hold on. I'm going to send this to, let me see, JoAnn. I think I have your number right in front of me.
Okay.
Hunter. JoAnn Hunter.
you
Okay,
gonna
I'm going to
send
text you right now.
Okay.
These are some donations to read from our friend Paul Castry. He's collecting the donations, and now he's forwarding all them to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh, hi, Paul. Okay. So it says this donation is in honor of a friend, Darlene, who has watched every episode of Stars in the House since day one. Note from New York, $25.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's
Thanks,
thank you.
That's beautiful. For my husband, Randy Slovacek, and the amazing cast of the Tour of Cats, worked so hard. Much love. Michael from Nevada, $75.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Michael Slovacek.
Another Friday night with the best guys in the biz. Thanks for the warm place to land. Oh, Mark. Oh my gosh. Nice. Mark from Massachusetts, $25.
Aw, JoAnn, you old softy.
Oh,
That was really nice.
Thank you, everybody. This is such a
Thank
fun
you.
show. I love our Broadway nights. So I had these clips I wanted to show from when you guys did it. To the oh yeah, you better say.
Oh, they may not know I sent these.
What? Whoa. What?
This is a song called "I Hope I Get It." And JoAnn, I am impressed because I know you never did the show. So actually, I was impressed with your dancing. I was also impressed with your lace front wig. Your hair was that long in real life? What the hell was going on?
I had hair down to.
Okay, well, we need to watch this.
Oh no! I'm gonna put on my old lady glasses.
There you go.
You were right in the front in the
Oh,
pink
no.
sort of tank top. Oh yes, a
Oh,
1,
no.
a 2, a 3. JoAnn Hunter.
So great.
Oh my God! Can we talk about that French cut leotard? Like up my.
That was the look.
That was before the days when you did any trimming. I was like,
Too far.
oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
then, first of all, JoAnn, was it hard? Well, you already auditioned for the show, so you kind of knew the combination already.
Say that again.
You had already auditioned for a chorus line, so you knew the combination, but you never
I
done
actually had gotten the show, the national tour. I turned it down because I didn't want to do Connie Wong.
it. Oh yeah.
I
That's the
was
only
like, I wanted to do something that had arc. And so I turned it down. So that's how I knew all that, because I went through the auditions, and I was 18 when I auditioned for the show. The tour came through Nashville, Tennessee when I was at Opryland, USA. And I got hired, but I went, I don't want to do that role. I want to do that role. I wanted to do Diana or Cassie, but they weren't going to hire me for that. And so that's how I knew. That's why I knew the combination, because I had been through the process. So Randy Clements said to me, "Would you teach everybody the combination?" I was like, "Okay."
I can't believe you would have been a great Cassie. You've never been offered it ever?
I did Cassie regionally. I've never done it on a first class. I did Cassie. When I turned 30, I got the role of Cassie, and I thought to myself, I am now old enough to do this part. That's why I remember thinking that myself. Now I get it. God, I hope I get it. Yeah. So, yeah.
I want to watch Randy. You were so clean. I was watching you. You actually are my favorite because you're double pirouette, and you basically like double pirouette, stop, arabesque, and then pull in. It's very if you know Evan Pappas, he was really good at doing that. So it's double pirouette, arabesque, go. It's so clean. Let's hope you're in the back on the right.
5, 6,
Gracias. And the magic of floppy hair.
Oh my God. You look great, Randy. So handsome
thanks.
and white.
You look at me. Randy, had
For
you
a
ever
change.
done the show?
I had done a regional production of it, and then I ended up going on to do 2 national tours for Bjork, and I almost got it on Broadway in 1988. But you know who got it instead of me?
Matt Zarley?
We have been best friends since Cats, and we got down to the end, and he got it, and he deserved it. But yeah. But yeah, I did 2 national tours. I did a lot of a chorus line. So,
okay, so here's Matthew. By the way, Christine, I didn't know you were in this opening number because Randy sent it to me. He didn't highlight you. Were you in one of these groups?
Actually, I don't think, you know what? I left the tour for a period of time in the middle, and I don't think I was in that show. I
Good,
did,
okay,
however,
I couldn't find your clip.
I did play Judy Turner once. The first time, actually, the show went to summer stock rights, and we did it at Milwaukee Melody Top. Do you remember that place? And it was in the round, and Sammy Viverito said it. And so we just kept changing the line. But I played Judy Turner because I was too tall to play Connie Wong.
I was going to say you're a little too
You'd be
short to
great.
play Judy Turner. You're right in the middle, but work it.
Well, they do have
I'm
alternate
gonna-
lyrics for it.
Oh, the and why am I so scared? What is it? Instead of why am I so tall? It's something else.
So small, which I've never had the problem of being, but that was the line.
Get back to you. And here's Matt Zarley doing it. Matt, I have a couple of notes. Just so you know, it's literally it's a side attitude. It is not a full bot mont. So I want you all to watch.
You made me
Latina.
watch this twice already,
I
Matt.
just watched it. I was like,
This is
it
what
is
we kept up
literally-
with.
okay, so let's just watch Maddie, who like has an amazing extension, and he's like, "Why'd you an attitude?" And I could do a full bot mod. Here we go. Let's watch. I'm going to show it one more time, just in case people don't know what I'm talking about.
Back.
My arms are like flailing. In that.
Yes, but Matt, your back attitude jump is so amazing. You literally arch your back. It's so pretty. I never noticed that right now. You still got it. Okay, so look, Sirius XM always says don't have too many people on the screen, but I want to bring everybody on at once. So I'm going to bring on your Grisabella, who is wearing the coolest shades ever. Please welcome Ms. Leslie Ellis.
Hi, Sam. Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having us. This is amazing.
Where are you located?
Nashville, Tennessee.
That's what I thought. And are you in a recording studio, which is so hip in back of you?
It's my studio. It's just my studio.
I love it.
We have a
Mine.
dog.
Thank you very much, bitch. These are mine.
No, I know. I'm so super impressed. And then let me welcome a man who just took a giant sip of wine. Inappropriate. I literally saw that, Jonathan. Here he is, Jonathan Cerullo.
Everyone.
Awesome.
Oh my God, Seth Radesky. First of all, hi, my friend. I haven't seen you since 1989.
Literally, John and I worked
Wow.
like so close together. He was a choreographer. I was the music director of my first big show when I graduated college. That was such a great show with Tracy Lynn Thomas and Brenda Braxton and Peter Mark Jacobson. We had such a great time. That was such a fun time, and then I literally have never seen you since. Where the hell have you been for the last 30 years?
I'm working.
Wait a minute, you literally have not seen him in 30 years?
We crossed paths at a Broadway Cares Easter Bonnet competition backstage for a hot second, and that was it.
I love
But
it.
With Cats, of course.
I have to, before I go any further, I am about to tell you that we have raised. Are you ready?
Already?
Yeah, we have raised over $10,566.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And that is a credit to everybody who participated in this. I am, you know, for one phone call that said, "Hey, do you remember when we did the Michael Bennett?" I said, "Yeah, of course I remember it. What do you think?" And I was like, "Yes, yes." I said, he said, "I haven't even finished asking." My friend Austin Chaton asked the question, or as JoAnn Hunter would say,
Austin Jeton.
So this is all family to me. This is all wonderful family. Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, that's so great.
So
So,
well, you're not-
Isn't it exciting?
It is exciting. Yeah, we wanted to. We did something very special back in 1980, whatever it was, when Michael Bennett passed away. None of us could sit still. None of us. And we all took up the call to arms. And this was actually 2 years before Broadway Cares was even formed as an organization.
that's amazing.
And the GMs came down to where we were in. Where were we, guys? Where did we do it? Thank you.
Kansas City, Missouri.
thank you. And they said, you have something here. You should continue doing this. And we just sort of took up the mantle of this. And then when Austin made that phone call to me, I said, yeah, Austin, but there's one caveat. The only way I'm going to do this is if we do this as a benefit for the Actors Fund. And Seth, let me just tell you and James, the work you guys have been doing, I've been watching Miss Braxton. Hello, because Seth, yeah. So there's that connection too. I've been watching you guys, and you just have done an amazing job. And so my hat is off to you on what you've been doing. Bravo, kids. Really.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And we're glad to be able to participate to that because everything does get funneled into the Actors Fund. So,
Right.
So anybody who's listening, go to our website, their website, whatever website, because we ain't going, our theaters ain't opening up back until May, whatever it is, 31st. Yeah. And that's a challenging statement to have to make. So, yeah. But these folks right here, and I'm looking at all of them, Randy and Matt and Christine, JoAnn and Leslie, if I can just gloat for 2 seconds, I have been so blessed to be able to reconnect with these artists and to hand select them actually and say, Matt does this really well and Christine does words really well and JoAnn does this really well. And just to cultivate that and curate that into this has been an incredible experience. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much. All of your help on this. Yeah. Oh my God, we're $11,000 now. Thank you very much.
Nice. And look what James has to show you.
You have some of your Cats family watching. Nancy Adler. Hi guys, this is Nancy Adler.
Oh my God, our stage manager.
So great to see you all.
Wow.
James, how do you do that? That's amazing how you click all those things. Christine told me how to do an emoticon today. I was like, what the hell is emoticon?
No, it's a Bitmoji.
Whatever that is.
Jonathan, it's 2020, sweetheart.
Joan. Everyone was outraged, Jonathan, when I called him Elder Dancer. So thank you for backing up my statement.
Thank you so much. Really, hello, come on. When we started the show, when we did the show, there was no internet. There were no cell phones. There was nothing.
Thank goodness.
We didn't have any of that. So with all of that, I'm grateful. But I just the shout out to everyone who participated in this has been really phenomenal for me. And I couldn't. If you don't mind me just saying two words on to Austin Jadon, who actually did call out and say we should do this, and to Christine, who did an amazing job with the script, JoAnn, who got us to Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Andrew gave us permission to do the music. We wanted to do it properly, and to Jimmy Walski, who was our dance captain, was involved in it, and all of our video editors and our musical team, and if I can say, we didn't sound so bad on Angelical Songs after 35 years of not singing it. So to Brian Ronan, who sound mixed that was incredible. And to the artists who created the title treatment, to Adria and Wendy and Judith Grothy, who put us in touch with a educational program, and my assistant and associate, Vanessa Wendt, who for volunteering her services to help make this happen. So if I don't mind giving me a shout out to all those folks, thank you.
It's just paying off. And so Leslie, we were talking about different roles that people played. So you were Grisabella, or as my health teacher in high school who put an R at the end of every word would say Grisabella, regardless.
That's how we said it in Boston. Are you from Boston?
Exactly. So how much effing pressure would you just certain matinees go, I'm literally going to do Touch Me Down the Octave, I'm out?
We were talking about this last night. Randy and Matt and I were just talking about this last night. It was so huge. I was 24 years old. And I didn't really know the scope of it all. Like now I could do it sure, let's do it. Let's do the song. But, I took it so seriously, and it was so much pressure. It was horrible. I have to say it was really hard, but I also loved every minute of it because it was the greatest time of my life, really. But also the worst song ever to have to sing.
Well, the pressure. And
P.S.
well, wait, don't you have to go from like a crazy Grand Plie into Touch Me?
What it was not such a dance move. It was drop to the floor, read the newspaper, and then stand and sing the song.
In my day, it's called the Grand Plie. Here, by the way, here's your amazing. I love this clip. This is you doing Memory, but this is your sassy Nashville version. Here's just a little clip of it.
She's so awesome.
And Cerullo, what was your part? Who did you play in Cats?
I did Skimbleshanks, the railway cat of the railway train.
I'm aware of its work.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, I did Skimble, and it was wonderful because it was my first big show. I'm sure you guys all talked about that, but when Andy Zerman called me up, I was at my parents' house in Westchester, and he said, "So, Jonathan, how would you like to join the national tour of Cats?" And I was like, "Excuse me, who is this?" This is Andy Zerman calling from Johnson Lift Casting, and I was like, "Yes, of course I want to do that." So yeah, so we all spent 2 years on the road together. People came in and out, but pretty much, yeah. I did Skimble. Yes.
Can I just add real quick my little Andy Zerman call, because I got one too. And I had gone through 6.
May he rest in peace, Andy Zerman.
God bless him. Bless him. And he called me, and I was a struggling actor at the time. And when he called me in early July, I was sitting on the floor of my apartment in Jersey City because I didn't own furniture. I slept on the floor. I ate on the floor. That's all I had. And after 6 callbacks, when Andy Zerman called me, I was sitting on the floor. I looked up at my best friend, Carly Hughes, who is now the bishop of the Episcopal Church of New Jersey, by the way. But I was dumbstruck, and Carly started screaming. And that's the only thing I remember was Andy Zerman saying, "You're going to be Mistopheles." And we were saved. we were saved.
But then after having to do those SWAT days, you did a different type of screaming because it hurt so effing much. Thank you. But hold on, I just want people watching to realize that this was in the time when there was tons of work and Randy couldn't afford furniture. Imagine what it's like now for artists when there literally is no work. So that's why it's so great that we're getting these donations, because that's what every artist knows. Like when you don't have a show, you go, there's always a next one. Well, right now, like we don't the hell know when there's gonna be a next one, and people are really struggling. So that's why it's really amazing that everyone is donating at starsinthehouse.com.
God, yes. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Seven, James, thank you.
Oh, wow. You guys. I want to ask this, sometimes in the audience, I always people will say like after a show, like, how'd you memorize all those lines? I'm like, that wasn't the hard part. So like, what actually was the hard part about doing Cats? Because to me, watching it, I'm like, oh, how do they dance on a rake stage? But being in it, what's the actual
right
there? Oh, that is it? Okay.
Oh boy, I don't know, but I don't know any of the other my fellow cats here, but that to get used to that rake stage because your center of balance was completely not where it should be, and that was an adjustment from at least from my point of view. But doing that show 8 times a week was grueling. Am I right, my friends?
Yeah.
Totally, completely.
Would you not?
With a 5-show weekend, too.
So skinny, though. So skinny.
So skinny.
So skinny.
What did she say?
So skinny.
So
Oh
skinny.
my God!
Right, Martina Pavlova?
Yeah, because you had that medicine in your little drawer.
Medicine.
What's the medicine? You had the medicine, JoAnn.
Okay, that was candy backstage. I don't want to mislead anyone.
Yeah,
JoAnn used to eat the candy jar, and she'd be like, medicine.
Medicine. Medicine.
It was a grueling show.
Right?
She would hide it also all over the stage. She would hide it.
True story.
We got in trouble. Remember when we got in trouble because we hide it?
And also just one other thing, Seth, let me just say this, that there was not one level surface on the entire set because everything was at an angle, whether it was the stove or the whatever object it was that John Napier did. And we had, John Napier's set. It was that was a challenging.
Oh,
There was one level place. There was one level.
Okay,
She
so-
found it.
Because the stage rakes from lip to a certain point, and then it leveled off. Because
You're right.
I know that because I found it for the Victoria solo, and I go, this is where I'm planting myself, and that's where the special came. And I was like, oh, it leveled off at one
I
moment,
adore
and I
you.
thought I'm gonna. And then they hit the special. They set the special there, and I was like,
You're a mess. But JoAnn, let's go back for a second. Where would you hide candy on the set? Inside a tire?
you don't know me. Anyway, Chris Toy, Johnson.
Yeah, no, we found that candy. Trust me, it was all over the place. God.
Yeah.
Because Syllabub and Victoria
Everywhere.
were kittens. We were the young ones. So we hung out a lot together, right? And so a lot of time by the hood, by the trunk, there was some candy hidden.
Yes,
While Mistopheles danced, had to do his turns in second, Chris Toy and I would take out some sweet tarts and be like,
yes. I found that candy by that trunk. I know. True story.
Can I tell you one of the things no one ever talks about that's hard about Cats is, because you just mentioned it, JoAnn, is I just shared with Leslie, one of the notes I got back in the day was I would come out and do my number, which is like a 6-minute dance number all by myself. And he was like, and then Leslie would come out to sing Memory. So I would go up to the tire and sit and stare at the back of her head. Well, one day I got a note that my sequins were catching the overcast of her spotlight. And Randy, could you please not breathe so heavy? So I'm like upstage.
I apologized.
and she was so spectacular. I didn't want to take away from Leslie, but that's one of the notes they never tell you is, Mistopheles, please don't breathe so hard.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Leslie. Oh, look at that. Wow, we have matching kitty cats.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Oh, do you have a cat? Is that what did I just?
Yes, 2 cats. Leslie,
Oh, it
since
was
you-
Mistopheles.
exactly. You were the only one actually allowed backstage. What the hell would you do before Memory? Would you just be like watching like a transistor radio? Like, what were you doing backstage? Well, everyone else was sweating.
I was knitting sweaters and doing crafts. I would vocalize at 7:30 and I would vocalize again at whatever, 9:45, right before the deal. I had a whole program during Skimble Shanks. Skimble Shanks was my thing. Like, okay, bitch, let's get up and do this. And I would get up and I would re-vocalize after knitting for an hour because I was on
told me
stage
that.
for
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Entirely.
you know,
You
Leslie,
scribbled it. Yeah.
I would say, but you know, of course, now in this day and age, everyone just goes online. But back in the day, you had to like occupy yourself with like actual real things because you can't go on the internet. But I was talking about you going from a grand plie to the high note. I found this clip of the original benefit you guys did where you're belting a D flat and you're literally holding your leg like basically like a la Sekan. So here we go. This is you sounding amazing and holding your damn leg up.
What is he
I really need this job. This God, I need this job. I got to get this job.
Shit, that was me. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Wait a minute, Seth Wojcicki, if you first of all, yes, Leslie Ellis. How did you get, because we have all of us, every single one of us has been texting. Did you get the benefit? Where's the benefit? We have it on the VHS tape. It's damaged. You can't digital.
Randy.
Randy's the source.
Zarley,
I forgot about that. Oh my God.
see how you are, Randy? Okay, we have to talk. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh God.
And she was fabulous. I mean, she was fabulous like that every night. So yeah.
Tell me if I'm repeating myself, but Seth and James, when we did that in Kansas City, by intermission, we had already raised like $20,000. All
I
of
didn't know
the
that.
waiters, all of the bartenders and the waiters of the club gave their tips remember that they all gave their tips back to us, and by the time we ended there, we were like $36,000. And Randy, you did a thing where you calculated the moving forward.
For adjusted for inflation, it would be $82,000 today.
Yes, in one night that we did this. So yeah, so that's wonderful. Oh my God, I am indebted to you guys so much. We
were young. We were young, and nobody told us we couldn't do it. So that's why we did it.
Nobody told us we couldn't do it. No, it was interesting. Right. I don't know if you know this, but in the middle of our tour, this one of our stage managers came on, and his name was Frank DeFilia. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
And Frank was Michael Bennett's brother. And
right.
Frank DeFilia Bennett is that. Yeah. So it was a very interesting parallel that we all did to that, and and I'm still good friends with Frank today. But yeah, so I am. My heart is filled with joy on what this company does, and what you guys do, and all of that. So,
well, you're reminding, this is a great reminder. Seth and I say this to each other, that there's a lot more good than there is bad, for lack of a better word, out there, and there are a lot of people that are doing good. And what y'all did, I'm guessing from Texas, what y'all did in the 80s and what you're doing today is testament to that. So thank you. And so everyone watching, because we're going to wrap up, but everyone watching, go to BroadwayCares.org/Cats benefit.
It's up right now.
It's up right now. It's up through the 27th. And thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we'll see all you guys in the after party. Go to right now. They're waiting for us. Bye, guys.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Seth and James.
Thank you.
Seth and James, I want to say hi from Laura Patinkin, one of my favorite people on the planet.
Love Laura.
Love Laura. She and I went to acting school together. So
I did my first internship with her in 1986. Same year as you guys did. When I was still in college, I would love it. Yes, but it was a Ouija board type of thing. Anyway, thank you guys. We're gonna roll our credits.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you. Love you all.
Oh my God, what a fabulous night.
Oh, Maria Didia. Oh. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Seth and James. Thank you.
Seth and James, thank you so much.
Thank you, Seth. Thank
you for including us.
Thank you, Matt. So good seeing you, Maddie.
I miss you so much, Sassafras.
I know. I used to see you all the time. I used to see everybody all the time.
I miss you.